You can roughly locate any community in the world somewhere along a scale running all the way from democracy to despotism. One to the democracy end, another somewhere in the middle, and a third. Let's find out about despotism. This man makes it his job to study these things.
Well, for one thing, avoid the comfortable idea that the mere form of government can of itself safeguard a nation against despotism. When a competent observer looks for signs of despotism in a community, he looks beyond fine words and noble phrases.
For which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Many observers have found that two workable yardsticks help in discovering how near a community is to despotism: the respect scale and the power scale.
A careful observer can use a respect scale to find how many citizens get an even break. As a community moves towards despotism, respect is restricted to fewer people. The test of despotic power is that it can disregard the will of the people. It rules without the consent of the governed. Look beyond the legal formalities of an election in measuring a community on the power scale to see if the ballot is really free. If the citizens can vote only the way they're told, a community approaches despotism.
Why should we trust Diebold?
Accuracy and security and reliability of the equipment.
Bev was invited to New York to meet former presidential candidate Howard Dean.
Bev sat me down, and in a few short seconds, I was amazed at what I could do. All right, Bev, show me how to do this.
Well, what we have here is the central tabulator computer. Now, in a voting system, you have all these different voting machines at all the different polling places. Sometimes, as in a county like mine, there's 1,000 polling places in one county. All those machines feed into the one machine so it can add up all the votes. So, of course, if you were going to do something you shouldn't to a voting machine, would it be more convenient to do it to the 4,000 machines or to just come in here to one machine and deal with all of them at once? What surprises people is the central tabulator is just a PC. It's like you and I use. It uses Windows. It's just a regular computer.
So anybody who can hack into a PC can hack into the central tabulator.
The GEMS program is the program that is the central tabulator program. And I'm going to put in a password here. Okay, we're in now. This is the official program that the county supervisor sees.
Is this the Diebold program?
Yes, this is a Diebold central tabulation program.
Okay.
And then go to election summary report. And it's going to whir and spin for a minute while it adds up all the votes from all the different precincts. And as we can see here, Howard Dean has 1,000 votes. And Lex Luthor has 500, so you're beating Lex Luthor, and we're
2-1.
Yes, and Tiger Woods unfortunately doesn't have any votes yet.
All right.
All right, let's close this out. I was just showing you the legitimate way to go in and look at votes, which of course you can't tamper with. Go to the Start menu, and I'm going to show you something tricky. And I want you to go to My Computer and just click that. And you're going to see go to Local Disk C. Go to GEMS, which is the name of the Diebold program. We're going to go to Local DB, which stands for Local Database. That's where they keep the votes. And by the way, this has been out on the internet for ages now. Go to Central Tabulator Votes, which is the database we just looked at. And then go to the sum of the candidates, which is that table. You see we have 800 votes here for you and 400 for Lex Luthor. Let's just flip those. We'll make that 400. And we'll give 100 votes to Tiger. Let's just see what happened here. We'll go back into GEMS the legitimate way. You're the county supervisor. You're checking on the progress of your election. And as you can see now, Howard Dean only has 500 votes. Lex Luthor has 900 and Tiger Woods has 100 votes. We just edited an election. It took us 90 seconds.
But human beings can't see what's happening inside the computers, and so we cannot check the results or recount them.
Next telephone call, El Paso, Texas, Republican line. Good morning, or rather good evening.
Good evening. I wanted to call in, namely, and I don't want anyone to think that this is an expression of, regret for my candidate or everything. My candidate is Dr. Ron Paul, and I'm running for him, seriously trying to get him elected. But this is actually a concern of mine that is independent of the reports that I'm hearing. I have a friend who lives in Sutton County in New Hampshire, and he, his aunt, and several people that he knows have voted for Dr. Ron Paul, and actually in all the reports that I have seen on the news and online, it's reporting that there are zero votes for Ron Paul in Sutton County. Now, I'm just calling in to express a concern that, these are paper ballots that are fed into digital machines, and I think it's probably extremely wise that all of the precinct observers go through and count through the paper ballots, because this isn't just for Dr. Paul. It's to make sure that it's a fair election through and through. And It's just a strong concern that I have.
All right, thanks very much.
What sort of community do you live in? Where would you place it on a democracy-despotism scale? To find out, you can rate it on a respect scale and a power scale.